Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Wrestling with PigHat. This is our Payback reaction, so it's just going to be a shorter episode just to go through the card and all the results. As usual, we've got myself, Adam, and I'm joined by Tony.
Hello.
And we're just going to run down the pre-show and the main show results, what we thought, what could possibly be happening going on from there, and just any observations we may have made.
Yep. Sounds good to me. So, first, before we start, I want to say that we were really off with our predictions.
Oh, God, yeah. I was terrible.
Yeah, I think I got 2 out of all of the ones I made. I would have had 3, but you made me change my mind about the first match in the pre-show.
Don't put this on me.
Well,
I got 2 right as well in the end.
Well, you know, we're not WWE professional match analysts.
No, we'll try for every pay-per-view, but we're never going to be perfect, I'm afraid.
No. So, shall we start it off?
Yep, so we start off with a pre-show, and the first segment you have really is just the Enzo and Cass versus the club.
Yeah, I thought it was a good match.
Yeah, I was surprised by actually how much I enjoyed the match.
Yeah, to be honest, every match on the card was really enjoyable, except for the one that we'll discuss a bit later. But yeah, this match was really good. As I thought, Anderson and Gallows just dominated majority of the match. But you know, Enzo and Cass did pull it back right at the end. I really like the fact that Enzo went for his dive again and he missed because they intercepted, and then the second time when he went for it again, Gallows pulled Cass off the apron. It's just like he can't catch a break. He really can't tag Cass in.
No, and this bit that got me was when Cass had his flurry and he was doing all his corner splashes. The commentary was just bigging him up so much. He's got all the tools they were going and all this. Just did not stop. Yeah,
they really want to push him for a solo run. It's really obvious.
Yeah, I think he's going to end up going solo with like Enzo as his manager sort of thing, I would imagine.
Yeah, I mean, Enzo's a good wrestler, but he's not the best. So I can see him being like a manager sort of thing for Cass, but then every now and again having his own little singles competition or something. But I don't even know if he'd be able to last the full match. You know?
He probably would, but he'd probably go very, very, very low end mid-card. Never for even like the IC title or United States. It'd just be whatever new person they're bringing in that needs to beat someone up and stuff like that. That's probably where Enzo will go.
Yeah, I wonder if he'd be happy with that though.
Don't know really. You just don't know what goes on backstage, do you?
Nah, but oh well. Enzo and Cass picking up the win. I'm happy with it.
Yes, am I.
I think it starts a bit more of a feud between Enzo and Cass and Gallows and Anderson.
Yeah, they'll keep going for a while. This will still be a back and forth at least until after the next Raw pay-per-view.
Yeah, I think it was Anderson did post a tweet earlier today saying that he was gonna take it back out on Enzo and Cass on Raw tonight. So
tonight something will go down with them.
Yeah, they've either got a rematch or they're just gonna beat the crap out of them.
Yeah, so obviously our predictions were both for Gallows and Anderson.
Yes.
And we were both pretty damn wrong.
Yep, so score 1 for WWE.
Yes. Oh, yes. The finish was a roll-up.
Yes.
Which I'm never normally a fan of, ending a match with a roll-up.
No.
I feel like it's just cheap way out. But it worked for the situation.
Yeah, and it was on the pre-show, so, you know, not a lot of people really tuned in or really cared. So,
yeah,
you know,
true.
If it was on the main show, might have been a bit of a downer, but I'll take it.
Yeah, and then after that we had the Miz TV segment with a special guest Finn Balor.
Yep, love Finn Balor.
Comes Balor.
Yeah, I love the fact that Miz took the piss out of his 5-minute entrance.
Oh yeah, I enjoyed that. That was very good.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know, like the Miz is speaking from management, like they're saying to him, just, you know, have a dig at these wrestlers and just try and get across what we're telling them. So like, he's having to go Ambrose being lazy.
Yeah. I mean, I don't like The Miz. I never have.
Nah.
But lately he's been bearable. Mm-hmm. And like when he was saying to Finn Balor, obviously you went away injured, and I went to SmackDown and I was making the IC title relevant, and that is true. He did step up his game and he really made it all relevant again.
Yeah. But, I actually put out a tweet as soon as this segment started saying, and now time for Miz TV with guest Finn Balor, but how long before the Miz insults Finn Balor and gets his ass whooped? And then about 6 minutes into it, I was like, answer, not very long.
Yeah, well, it's like Finn Balor. I'm pretty sure Finn Balor was like, normally the way this works is you come on and you get beat up, and he was like, you've got two options, and you can either join the Balor Club, which we know isn't going to happen, or you can join the I got my ass kicked by Finn Balor Club.
Yeah.
I was like, oh god.
Typical of the Miz pulls Maurice in front of him.
Yep, and I like it. Proper cowardly act.
The commentary is always like, oh, it's not, unusual for Maurice to step in front of her husband. She never steps in front of him. He steps behind her.
Yeah.
Every time.
Because he's smarmy. He's what he's supposed to do. That's how he's supposed to act. That's perfect for his character, really.
Yeah. But Finn Balor's like, no, I'm going to be the bigger man. I'm gonna fuck off. And then, no, that didn't sit right with the Miz. It's like, no, you do not walk away from me. You don't end this. And then Finn Balor, sling blade, lovely jubbly, Miz down. Love it.
And you get your favourite entrance music again.
Yeah, and because the crowd was going crazy and Finn Balor was still in the ring when it's cut back to Renee Young.
You could see him behind her.
See him behind and music's still playing. I'm just like, I'm looking at Renee Young, but I'm still listening to this awesome music.
See, what I liked was when Balor was like, I'm going to get my title back. And Miz was like, do you know who has it? And Finn Balor was like, yes, I know who has it.
Yeah.
And it's like, he just doesn't care.
No.
He knows that Brock Lesnar has the title, but he still wants it. And I like that. I'm all up for Finn Balor going against Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, me too. I would really, really enjoy seeing that match. I don't think it'd be great for Finn Balor. I don't think it'd work out too well for him, but he might surprise us. He might get.
I can't see him winning, but it'd still be one hell of a fight.
Yeah, I can't think of anyone that would take the title off of Brock Lesnar other than Braun Strowman, but that's not going to happen.
No, it's going to be Roman Reigns. Honestly, I reckon Brock's going to hold it until WrestleMania.
But why?
Because it's Brock Lesnar.
Brock Lesnar.
I know. I mean, as proven by our predictions, I'm not very good at this.
No.
But that is just what I feel like. He'll hold it till WrestleMania, and Reigns will take it off him at WrestleMania.
Okay. Well, we'll just have to wait and see how that goes.
Yep.
So that was the end of the pre-show. I enjoyed it. It was a good hour.
It wasn't bad.
So, no complaints really. So then the main show kicks off with Chris Jericho versus Kevin Owens.
First match on the card. I was a little bit sad about this because it's Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens. They should not have been the opener for the pay-per-view, personally.
No, they should have been around the middle. I was really, really looking for Austin Aries versus Neville to open the show because, it's the Cruiserweight. They always make a big deal about turning the ropes purple and putting all the Cruiserweight stuff up, so it's not really part of Raw or SmackDown. It's just Cruiserweight, and they did the exact same thing again for the match at Payback. So I was just like, well, that makes sense to open with. But no, we got Jericho and Owens, which, again, amazing match.
Oh, very good match. I mean, they both put on, like you look at their match at WrestleMania, they put on one hell of a good match. Yeah,
they did. I thought Jericho looked really dominant in this match. I didn't expect him to.
Yeah.
I thought Owens was, just going to be one of those. Jericho puts up a bit of a fight, but then Owens takes over and Owens gets the win. But
what I did like was when Owens got the finger to the rope.
Oh, yes.
And Jericho hated it, so he took him out and he just fucked up his hand.
Yeah,
it was so good.
He said he was going to.
Yeah.
He put the finger on the list.
Yeah, that's it. He just fucked it up and it was so good. Because obviously, we haven't said it yet, but obviously Jericho picks up the win.
He does.
Which we both picked Owens because honestly, Jericho's going away with Fozzy, so I thought it was just has to be Owens that wins it, but obviously not.
Yeah, I think a lot of people were shocked with the result, especially as everyone seems to like how Kevin Owens is at the moment and, the way he is with the title and his cockiness. So everyone thought, Owens is going to retain, Chris Jericho will go off with Fozzy and all will be well. But no, he's going over to SmackDown Live now.
I mean, I personally think this was done so they could get one more match for Owens and Jericho.
Yeah.
Possibly even on the next SmackDown, and give it back to Owens.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't object to it going back to Owens.
No, because obviously we're looking forward to Owens versus Styles at Backlash.
It's going to be a great match.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want that to not be a match now.
No, it's going to be amazing. Like you said earlier before we started recording, the only other thing is if AJ picks up the win, because he's the number one contender against Jericho on SmackDown tomorrow night, and then we still get the AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens match, but it'll be title
just
flipped.
the reverse situation, yeah,
which will be good. But no, I reckon Owens will take it back off him.
Yeah, I reckon Owens will be the one to get it back.
Yeah. So yeah, Jericho picks up the win. He's the new US title champion person.
United States champion.
Yeah, that's the one. I'm tired. Leave me alone. I was up till 4 a.m. So after that, we got the Cruiserweight title match with Austin Aries versus Neville.
Bloody good match.
Yes.
I enjoyed this match so much.
I loved the momentum in it. Austin Aries really looked like he wanted it, and for the longest of time, I thought he was going to get it. Yeah,
he got his flurry where he gets the pendulum elbow in as well. I love the pendulum elbow.
So
it's
good.
Like my favourite.
I mean, Neville took a couple of bad falls. There was
on the outside, he took a couple of nasty bumps.
Yeah, the one that caught me was when he hit his back on the ring apron. It just looked so painful.
Yeah, he definitely took a few bad bumps, I must say.
But he didn't let it hinder him. He still put on a really good match after those bumps. But it looked like Austin Aries was going to take it.
Yeah, he had the last chancery locked in, and Neville just couldn't get the rope. It was looking like an Austin Aries win.
Yeah, I was like on the edge of my seat, like, yes, this is great. And then Neville grabs the referee and throws him and DQ.
Champion's advantage, mate. I mean, it's been a long time since we've really seen a heel take advantage of that, and the way Neville's character is, perfect way to end that match, I think.
Yeah, it did end really well. I'm still really sad that Austin Aries didn't get the title, but it doesn't seem like the rivalry's over. So
no, we're definitely going to get at least one more.
Yeah, I reckon.
And I'm fine with that because this ended so well. Austin Aries got a win, so they're both a win apiece.
Mm-hmm. I reckon.
But Neville kept his title.
Yeah, I reckon Aries is going to take it at some point. I just think
next match they have, which will probably be whatever the next pay-per-view is for Raw. They'll do a lot of tag team stuff in between. Mm-hmm. But Austin Aries will take it then.
Will they have to be on Raw though, because they're technically cruiserweight? So couldn't they just do it at Backlash?
No, cruiserweights are exclusively to Raw and 205 Live.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Cruiserweight division was signed on to Raw.
Oh, okay.
But then they did they could be done at 205 Live. That could be a way to drum up ratings for 205 Live, which doesn't get very much watch.
No, it doesn't. I mean, I think it's just because it's on after SmackDown. A lot of people like watching it early hours of the morning, like myself. If I was staying up and watching SmackDown, I wouldn't want to stay up for an extra hour and watch 205 Live. 205 Live, yeah. I've watched SmackDown. I've had like 2 hours of wrestling already. I don't want to.
Yeah, it's very true.
Sit up anymore.
Obviously, my prediction was for Neville and yours was for Austin Aries. So technically, you pick up the point on that prediction because Austin Aries did win.
Yeah, he did. Even though it's not the way I wanted him to. But yeah, I'll take that. So
win's a win.
Win's a win. 1-0 to me.
That's it. 1-0 to you.
So following that, we had the Hardy Boyz versus Sheamus and Cesaro for the Raw tag titles.
A very good match once again.
Oh,
very good match. I enjoyed this.
Brutal.
Did you see Jeff Hardy lose a tooth?
I did. As soon as he lost it, I noticed it. I was like, wow. Sheamus literally just kicked his tooth out.
Yeah, Sheamus just kicked him so hard his tooth came out.
It was so good, and the fact that he was like feeling it with his tongue the entire time he was wrestling, and he looked like he was in so much pain, but it
probably hurt. He had his tooth kicked out of his face. It's gonna hurt.
Oh yeah. I mean, I watched him going to the doctor after the event, and the doctor had a look, and he was like, "Yeah, it's been clicked straight out, but you've got like the nerve and stuff coming through your gum, which is going to cause you a lot of pain. You need to go to the dentist and get that sorted ASAP because you're going to be in a lot of pain." But he still carried on, and
he did the rest of the match.
Yeah, I mean,
And a good match. It was solid from every single person. All 4 of them performed really well.
Oh, yeah.
The Hardys ultimately picked up the win.
Yep.
Which I predicted. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I said Sheamus and Cesaro. Because
so that's 1-1 now.
Yeah, I just thought, they look like they're going to take it, but Hardys win.
All I can say is, after the Hardy win, the heel turn from Sheamus and Cesaro, I liked it.
Oh, yeah.
It was well needed. They're going to be stellar as a heel tag team.
Yeah.
And they just annihilated the Hardys.
Yeah, they did. I just love the fact that they went for the showmanship. They shook their hands. They sodded off. The Hardys were celebrating. And then, no, Sheamus and Cesaro are back. They boot Jeff into the ring post. And that looked horrible. I thought he might have dislocated his shoulder.
Yeah, that bro kick to the back of him into the ring post was filthy looking.
Yeah, it did look really bad. And then, obviously, Matt taking a beating as well. And I just love the fact that the referee turned around to Cesaro and was like, no, leave him alone, leave Jeff alone. He was like, no, you can't tell me what to do. If I want to do more, I'll do more.
I'm fine with it because they're going to feud for a little bit longer now.
Yeah.
Because they'll have a proper feud now that one team's heel and one team's face, because the match went into it as 2 face teams.
Yeah. Again, back to Twitter, Sheamus put on Twitter, what a great match. And he mentioned the fact that he kicked out Jeff's tooth, and Matt was like, you just wait, you have no idea what you've done, and stuff like that. So they're building the feud on social media as well.
Yeah,
so.
You'll see. You'll watch tomorrow or something. It won't be a match, but the Hardys will probably jump Sheamus and Cesaro for a bit of payback, I would imagine.
Yeah, be amazing. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, it will be good.
Cool. So, women's title next.
Yep, Bayley, the hometown girl, versus Bliss.
Yeah.
One thing I'll say, Alexa Bliss has gone back to her old look that she had while she was at NXT.
Yeah.
She isn't doing the Harley Quinn thing now by the looks of things.
No, she was doing the Iron Man thing.
Well, she had that in NXT, like that outfit. But her hair and everything's gone back to the old look, and I much prefer it. I weren't a fan of the Harley Quinn gimmick she had while she was on SmackDown, personally.
Yeah, well, she looked good. I think she looks good every single time she comes out, regardless of what she's wearing. Good match.
Yeah, once again, another good match.
I really enjoyed it. Really
so
did.
I. Bliss was vicious throughout the entire match as well. She did not let up.
Oh, yeah, she really was. I didn't expect much going into it. I thought it was going to be a bit slow. I don't really like the way Bayley wrestles.
No.
But I was really pleasantly surprised. It looked like, Bayley had a switch just flip halfway through the match, and she was just vicious.
Yeah.
It was amazing, and I loved it.
Yeah, it was good. It was a new side of Bayley that you hadn't seen before.
I think we're going to see a bit more of this side of Bayley after that match.
I'm fine with that, because obviously they're going to have their rematch at some point.
Yeah. I don't know if Bayley would... Well, obviously Alexa Bliss picks up the win. We haven't mentioned that. So
Alexa Bliss does. She picks up the win thanks to Bayley hitting the turnbuckle with her head a couple of times, and then she lands a nice, vicious-looking DDT straight on to Bayley.
Yep, lovely DDT.
Yeah, it was very nice looking.
Yeah, but I don't see Bayley taking it back from...
No, nor do I at this point.
I don't see that happening for a long time, if ever. So
obviously, last time when we had our predictions video, we spoke, and I said that obviously we're going to get Bayley Sasha, and I said Sasha would go heel turn against Bayley for the title. Mm-hmm. After seeing Bayley like that, what I would like to see is Sasha take the belt from Bliss, Bayley have the heel turn, and go after it. It'd be something. Bayley's never been a heel.
Yeah, I was just about to say the exact same thing. Funnily enough,
so if Bayley can be that vicious as a heel and just keep it up, that would be great.
Yeah, I just can't wait to see what happens with that. I really love the women's stuff. I thought
they're doing good things at the moment.
I thought SmackDown was the dominant women's division, but after seeing that match, I think the way Bayley's going, and with Sasha Banks, and
I think putting Alexa Bliss onto the Raw roster has really spiced it up now.
Oh yeah. Definitely. It's the same way that they put in Charlotte onto SmackDown has spiced that up a little bit.
Yes, it was a welcome change, wasn't it, when they were getting a bit stagnant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I look forward to seeing what happens with Bayley.
Yeah. But did you notice Bayley's entrance attire where it was different? It just looked like she was being a female Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah, Yeah, I did.
I noticed it instantly. It was just a female Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah, it was really, really cool.
I preferred it to the weird windbreaker jacket she comes out in and the tassely bits.
Yeah, I don't know. Some of their costumes are just ridiculous.
Yeah.
So, Tyler Breeze's boots really piss me
You've really got a thing against Tyler Breeze.
I don't like Tyler Breeze.
He's not bad. He's a good wrestler.
Yeah, but he's just want to punch him in the face. It's like constant.
Just want to punch him in the face.
Constant fish lips. Pout. Yeah. Anyway, so.
God. Do you want me to start this one off? Next match on the card is Randy Orton versus Bray Wyatt in the House of Horrors match. Which you called it, started away from the arena and had to end in the arena.
Yeah.
So we get a whole video, which is obviously pre-recorded.
Yeah.
Of Randy Orton rolling up on this old dilapidated-looking building in a limo, getting out. He's wearing trousers, no shirt, and his wrap on his hands and his elbow pads.
It didn't make sense, really, did it? You'd think he'd turn up in just his wrestling gear.
Yeah,
but
he turns up. A tractor, for some reason, rolls along on its own.
Don't diss the ghost tractor.
Ghost tractor. So he walks up, he goes into the building. He's like, "Where are you?" Looking around. It's mega to the top act in there. You can see why Randy Orton's a movie star.
Yeah, I mean, just like I don't even know where to begin. Just like the camera following Orton around the house made it look, a little bit believable that they had just rolled up and there was a cameraman. He was following Orton. They didn't know what to do. But then as soon as Orton kicked the door in and the camera switched from following Orton to in front of Orton, you're like, this is so staged.
Well, of course it's staged.
But
it's never not going to be. But obviously Wyatt ambushes him. They rumble in a few rooms. Wyatt keeps disappearing and Randy keeps trying to find him.
Where are you at, Bray?
That's it. It was standard stuff. There was weird wooden effigies up in rooms and dolls with their eyes scratched out hanging from the ceiling.
Yeah.
It was classic, look at me, I'm a creepy inbred hillbilly house, basically.
Yeah. I mean, what culture brought this up? Is Bray supposed to live there?
Oh, yeah, I watched that as well, yeah. That's it. Is it his house?
Yeah.
Or is it just like his fun house?
Yeah. Who knows?
But it ultimately leads to a rumble in the kitchen.
Yep.
Which, considering how shitty the rest of the house looked, the kitchen was in quite good state, really.
Yeah, as Plumpy said, nice kettle. I like.
Yeah, very nice kettle.
I like the kettle.
There's some attacks with some saucepans and stuff.
Yeah.
They sort of both lay on the floor for a couple of minutes after they've knackered themselves out.
Yeah, throwing each other through walls and whatnot.
That's it. And then ultimately Bray Wyatt tips a refrigerator on top of Randy Orton.
Yep, crushing him.
And then makes an escape.
Yeah, goes outside, kneels down on the floor, says a few weird words, and then the dreaded lights turn red on the house, and Randy Orton's soul is trapped in the house forever. So Bray jumps in his limo and sings "He's Got the Whole World in His Hands" as he goes to the arena. Perfect.
Yep, and then we cut from that. Everyone's like, "Oh, what will happen?" We'll have to wait and see because Bray's on his way to the arena, so we'll let you know when he's going to get here.
Yeah, excellent.
Yep, and then we smoothly transition into Seth Rollins versus Samoa Joe.
Yeah, again, amazing match.
My match of the night.
It was
actually
really, really, really good.
Yeah, if I had to pick one, this would be my match of the night. It was a technical masterclass. They were both just so good.
Yeah, I mean, Samoa Joe made every shot to Seth Rollins' knee look believable.
And Seth Rollins sold the knee.
Oh yeah, the time when he did the senton onto his knee and he screamed and just shouted "Mother!"
Yeah,
it's just like, that is amazing. It's like
it was bloody good when he had him in the half crab and in the full crab as well.
Yep.
And Seth was just screaming.
Yeah, they are not only great wrestlers, but they are fucking good actors as well. I mean, it probably does hurt, but they wouldn't let him wrestle if it hurt that much.
No.
Yeah.
But it was just such a good match.
Yeah. As I predicted, Samoa Joe dominated majority of the match, but Seth Rollins picks up the win.
Yep, I predicted obviously a Joe win. I felt that Joe needed the win more.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
it was just another sort of cheap win.
Yeah.
It weren't anything spectacular.
No, I can't see the feud ending there at all.
It's definitely going to continue for a couple more pay-per-views worth, I reckon.
Yeah, I'm quite surprised Joe didn't lose it and start beating on Seth straight afterwards.
Yeah, he was just. I liked his acting was good though. He was just stunned.
Yeah,
because like you said, he'd dominated. He had been hurting Seth all match long, and Seth picks up that cheeky win, and he's just stunned. There's just no other reaction for him.
Yeah, it was a great finish to a great match.
Yep.
I don't think I'd change anything about it at all.
No, it was really good. Like I said, my match of the night. It's my favourite match out of all the ones they put on. I mean, all the matches were good.
Yeah.
Barring probably the House of Horrors, but all the other ones were good matches. But this was the one that tipped it for me.
Yeah, I agree. It was great. I don't know if it'd be my match of the night, but yeah. I don't know what my match of the night was, to be honest.
But that was your second and final correct prediction for the night?
It was, yeah. So leading on from that, we get back to Bray Wyatt versus Randy Orton versus the Refrigerator.
He arrives in his limo.
He gets to the ring. Normal entrance, but he's staggering and crawling.
Stands there expecting a win straight off the bat.
Yeah, lights come on. Randy Orton standing behind him. Oh, no.
With a chair.
How did he get there?
Because he didn't have a limo to ride back in. So what did he do, run?
What did he do? Was he secretly under the ring the entire time?
We'll never know.
Who knows? Where did he come from? Where did he go?
Oh, God, don't.
So, yeah, Randy Orton stand there.
Randy then proceeds to beat on Bray Wyatt.
With a steel chair.
And with everything in there, in the end, it's very much a Randy Orton affair at this point.
Yeah, you think Orton's going to pick up the win, and then out of nowhere, in come the Bollywood Boys.
Yeah, you get the Singh brothers as they're known now. Did you notice?
Yeah.
They called them the Singh brothers, not the Bollywood Boys anymore. So the Singh brothers come in. They get promptly thrown the fuck out of the ring by Randy Orton.
Yeah, RKO to Bray Wyatt.
Just about to pick up the win, and what did I predict? Mr. Jinder Mahal comes in.
With the
interferes.
WWE title.
Yeah, shouts a bunch of stuff no one understands.
Yeah.
Hits Randy a couple of times with the title and then buggers off. Bray Wyatt hits his sister Abigail, picks up the win.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of sad that, Bray Wyatt needed Jinder Mahal.
Yep. Bray Wyatt should have got a win all on his own to prove that he's that good.
Yeah.
But he's now once again got a win with an asterisk, basically.
Yeah, I don't think this feud's going to go anywhere else now. I think that's it.
No, that's it. Now that Bray Wyatt's on Raw and Randy's on SmackDown, they're done. That's them done.
Yeah, and it's just going to be Randy Orton and Jinder Mahal now.
Yep, which, I don't know.
We'll just have to wait.
I can't possibly see Jinder winning the title at Backlash. So it's just going to be one of these things. They're just going to put this feud there until they can get someone else in position.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where it's going to go. I don't want it to go anywhere, if I'm honest. I just don't.
Well, I think Randy's going to get his revenge on SmackDown and get his belt back, basically.
Yeah. Give the belt to anyone, but...
Give it to Rusev.
Give it to anyone but Jinder Mahal. I don't want him to have it.
You're really against Jinder Mahal winning the title.
I just don't want it at all. Give it to AJ Styles. Let him have it for a bit.
He was good champion anyway.
I'll be happy with that. Just give it to AJ.
Yeah,
give it to Kevin. Give it to Kevin Owens
AJ.
For Christ's sake.
Yeah, give it to Kevin Owens. I'd like to watch a really long feud for the WWE title between Styles and Owens.
Yeah,
that'd suit me.
Do that. Just do that.
But anyway, that's that monstrosity
train wreck
that was the House of Horrors.
Yeah, which leads to our main event, which was amazing.
Reigns versus Strowman.
Obviously,
they showed you the vignette first, which just showed Strowman destroying Roman Reigns at every turn near enough.
Yeah. They get Braun come out, and then Roman Reigns.
Crowd's just cheering the fuck out of him as well.
Yeah, and then Roman Reigns' music plays, and he doesn't come out straight away, and then he hobbles round the corner.
He's all bandaged up down his left-hand side.
Yeah, it's like he's gone through hell, and you think they're just going to play the underdog thing here, and Reigns is going to pick up that win.
Yep, and to be fair, for a lot of it, it was Strowman just dominating the fuck out of Roman Reigns.
Yep.
Every time Reigns tries to put up some offense, his shoulder would interfere and Strowman would just start again.
Yep. But
I mean, it was a good match.
It was.
It was actually a very good match.
Yeah, Reigns played off being injured really well, but then he also had a great comeback with the spear and the couple of Superman punches.
Yep, he had a good flurry as well. He was getting his Cena-esque flurry about 3/4 in the match in.
Yeah, you think that he's going to take it from that, and no, just no.
Strowman hits him with a running power slam.
Yeah.
And you think it's all over. Reigns kicks out.
Yep.
So Strowman just does it again.
Yeah, he's going to, and he has a point to prove. This is his yard now.
And with that, Strowman surprisingly picks up a clean win on Reigns.
Yeah, I was really shocked. We both predicted that Reigns was going to win because
WWE. just due to the habit of how WWE play it.
Yeah.
That's why I thought it. I mean, I'm happy that Strowman won.
Mm.
He looks dominant as fuck going into his match with Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, definitely. And I just think that he needed that win.
Oh yeah, most definitely. He needed to get one over on Reigns.
He could not have lost that match. If he had lost that match, this whole thing would have just been pointless.
Yeah.
So I'm glad he did win. Obviously,
I mean, to keep Roman looking super strong, they had Roman leave on his own 2 feet. He refused a stretcher.
Yeah, I mean, that beatdown that Braun Strowman gave him after the match had finished, with the stairs, and he was coughing up blood. Oh, it looked believable.
It was the last bit where he put the stairs up over his head and just slammed them down. That looked mean.
It did, and it looked really, really believable.
That helped both people. Braun looked like a ridiculous monster.
Yep.
And Reigns looked like a survivor because he managed to still walk out of the arena afterwards, coughing up blood and all.
Yeah. And then Strowman, once the cameras came off...
Yeah, at the backstage, Reigns gets to the ambulance and all you hear is just someone go, "Ah!"
I'm not finished with you yet.
A wild Strowman appears and just runs at Reigns.
And Reigns dodges and Strowman goes
Strowman
through
knocks
the door.
The door off an ambulance.
Oh, God. It's just...
And then Reigns hits him again with a door and Strowman runs, so...
Yeah.
It gives Reigns that little push at the end to make him still look like a badass.
Yeah. Everything about it was great. I was really expecting to not like this match.
Yeah, I weren't expecting much from it, but once again, a very good match, actually.
Yeah. I enjoyed the whole pay-per-view. I sat up all night and watched it. I really enjoyed the whole thing.
I really wasn't too bothered about this pay-per-view. When I looked down the card, I was like, meh.
Yeah.
It might be semi-decent, but I actually really enjoyed this pay-per-view.
Yeah, it was really good. Like I say, barring the House of Wank.
Hopefully that'll never happen again.
Why? I don't understand why they did it.
Nope.
There's really no point.
It felt like old cheesy WWE.
Yeah. No.
Which we hadn't had for ages, and it just didn't sit right.
No, it wasn't played off as well as old cheesy WWE, and
no.
it just wasn't great. They tried, they failed. If you're gonna do it again, try a bit harder.
Yeah, make it worthwhile.
Yeah, but
I mean, they did ages ago when the New Day were feuding with the Wyatt family. They did a fight at the Wyatt compound.
Yeah, that
was all pre-recorded like that, and that was really good.
Mm.
That was really dark and gritty and just people beating the fuck out of each other.
Yeah. Maybe.
The only weird thing was that the New Day went in their wrestling tights. So it looked a bit strange.
Yeah.
But it was good. But the House of Horrors just needed some work.
Yeah. A lot of work. But there you go. That was WWE Payback.
Overall, very good pay-per-view. I enjoyed it all the way through.
Yeah. makes...
I slag off the House of Horrors match, but it wasn't to the point where it ruined anything for me. I sat and watched it, and it made me laugh.
Yeah, I think breaking it up
fair,
into the
I'm
two parts really helped with that. I think if it was all one thing, it would have been really boring and really bad, and probably would have put a hinge on the whole pay-per-view. But because they broke it up and it was before a match and after a match, it worked.
And it was before... It came after the women's title match, which was a really good match.
Yep.
And then you had the Rollins and Joe match, which was a fantastic match. And then you had the rest of the House of Horrors. And then you had the final match. So it sat in between really good matches.
Yeah.
Which helped to carry it over a bit as well.
Yeah, it really did. I just hope they don't do it again, like we say.
No, it needs to never be brought up again.
No. Oh, well. There you go. So,
so we're going to be going into tonight. We've got Raw.
Yeah.
So we'll see what the fallout from Payback is from there.
Yeah, I think we're going to see some Enzo and Cass and the Gallows and Anderson.
We're going to get a bit more Finn Balor and The Miz.
Yeah.
Definitely.
More Finn Balor, Miz. I reckon we're going to get some Bray Wyatt, Dean Ambrose.
Yep, more than likely. If anything, I think we're going to get Strowman, not so much with Reigns, but just destroying again. They're just going to have him destroy someone else.
Yeah. I also think we're going to see the Hardy Boys versus the Golden Truth, because they had that little segment at the beginning of the show, and I reckon that Cesaro and Sheamus are going to be incorporated into that some way, even if it's like the Hardys jump Sheamus and Cesaro backstage, and then during their match, they come out and completely fuck them up.
Yeah,
something like that. I just think that's going to happen. Alexa Bliss is probably going to.
We're basically Raw is just going to be full of beat points that hit on everything to do with each match from Payback.
Yeah.
So you'll get something with Austin Aries and Neville. You'll get something with Joe and Rollins. You'll get something with Bliss and Bayley.
Yeah, I reckon Sasha Banks.
It will just be to expand on what happened at Payback for all of tonight.
Yeah, I reckon Sasha Banks and Bliss are going to have a bit of a thing.
Yeah, they'll probably have a match, I reckon.
Yeah.
And Bayley will interfere and it will cost Banks the match or something.
Yeah. Feud. Yay.
Yeah.
Yay. Cool. So I got two things right.
I got two things right.
So, even Stevens in our first pay-per-view. Let's see how we do at Backlash.
I'm looking forward to seeing what the card for Backlash is going to be. So, that'll be coming up over the next few weeks.
Yeah, Backlash is on the 21st of May.
Yep.
So, I won't be staying up and watching that one, unfortunately, because I will have work the next day.
I may well be staying up because I'll have a new baby, and if it's up, I might as well watch it.
Why the hell not? Introduce the baby to wrestling.
That's it. And if the baby don't want to go to sleep and I've got to sit up with it, I might as well watch wrestling.
You're just going to wake the baby up, aren't you? And sit up with it so you can watch the wrestling.
Yeah, I'll use it as an excuse.
Oh, cool. So if you guys...
to be fair, you have got NXT TakeOver soon as well.
Yeah.
Which for me, I'm going to be watching. Yeah. NXT TakeOvers are normally very good.
Yeah, that's cool. Let me know when that's on. I might watch it and we'll talk a bit about that as well.
Yeah, worth you catching up. I wouldn't mind doing a quick one of these for that as well. They're normally very good.
Okay, cool. So if you guys did any predictions for this, let us know in the comments. And we'll be back at the end of the week with our Raw and SmackDown talk thing that we do.
Yep. So once again, thank you for listening to Wrestling with PigHat.
Yeah.
I've been Tony. I've been Adam.
You've been Tony.
I've not been Tony. I've been Adam, and he's been Tony.
Don't be me.
That's it. I don't know why I did that. I got you on my brain. But once again, thank you for listening, and we will speak to you again at the end of the week.
Yeah. Thanks for listening.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.